Party people of the interwebs,
something has happened to Ann Coulter.
Viva Frei, former Montreal litigator turned Florida rumbler, and people, I was about to go to bed last night. It was late at night because I had gone to the Buffalo Bills versus Miami Dolphins football game. It was my first taste of an American football game, and it was kind of amazing. So I get home at about 1:15 after having eaten McDonald's and that stuff. Oh my goodness. Do not eat McDonald's before going to bed. And I just surf through Twitter, even though I'm not supposed to, before going to bed. And I see a tweet. And I say, it's either late and I'm hallucinating, or Ann Coulter has lost her ever-loving mind. Before we can get into the Ann Coulter tweet, we have to go down the tweet rabbit hole, because Ann Coulter was responding to a tweet from Vivek Ramaswamy, who was replying to a tweet from Darren Beattie from the Revolver. So let's start at the beginning. The original tweet, then Vivek Ramaswamy's quote tweet of the original tweet, and then Ann Coulter's totally unhinged, absolutely idiotic, and I dare say outright dishonest reply to Vivek Ramaswamy. And my goodness, it doesn't end there. She doubles down, triples down. Ann Coulter has done more to undermine or shred any credibility she has ever had in the last 24 hours.
She is done for.
I don't know who will ever take her seriously ever again. And actually, before we even get into the Darren Beattie Revolver tweet, to which Vivek Ramaswamy was responding, to which Ann Coulter shredded her dignity by replying to them, let's go back a little bit as to who Ann Coulter is. I'm not going to reduce her to one prediction. All I'm going to say is, if she got one thing right in her entire life, it was her prediction about Donald Trump back in 2016.
And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones right now, Donald Trump. I especially like
what about of all of them? I mean, Scott
fake
Walker?
Laughter from the audience.
Now, back to the Twitter thread and where it all started, a tweet from the Revolver, Darren Beattie. A tweet from Darren J. Beattie from July 10th, 2023. I give you Ray Epps, the only Jan 6 participant the New York Times, 60 Minutes, Adam Kinzinger, and the DOJ will defend. And then a quote tweet from Vivek Ramaswamy from January 6, 2024. Truth number 6. Ray Epps, who was caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol building, was placed on the FBI most wanted list immediately after Jan 6, but then suddenly removed. 3 years later, the U.S. government slapped Epps with a single disorderly conduct charge, 0 to 6 months in jail. Hashtag entrapment day. I like Vivek Ramaswamy. And then let the unraveling and destruction of someone's reputation begin with Ann Coulter's reply quote tweet to Vivek Ramaswamy. Ann Coulter, at Ann Coulter, from January 7, 2024. This has been explained 1 million times. Epps found out he was on the list and called the FBI himself. He was not, quote, caught on camera, end quote, telling people to go in. Both he and the guy he was whispering to said he was saying, don't go in. Once Tucker and other nuts made Epps the star of their, quote, the FBI did it, end quote, theory, the guy he was whispering to changed his story. But that's not what he said at the time. Stop spreading conspiracy theories. I'm sorry, Ann Coulter. Are you dumb or are you just a liar? In fact, you cannot be this dumb. Nobody can be this dumb. You can only be a liar. It's impossible. 3 years out, you haven't seen all of the footage of Ray Epps doing exactly what he did the day before and the day of.
We need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? No! Peacefully. Fed. I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go. I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in.
Shut the fuck up, Boomer.
To the Capitol. President is done speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction.
Now, it is swiftly brought to Ann Coulter's attention that Ray Epps was, in fact, caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol. We need to go into the Capitol. It was so egregious, the crowd starts chanting, Fed, Fed, Fed. This is brought to Ann Coulter's attention. After this is brought to Ann Coulter's attention, what does she do? She doubles down on her lies. Nobody's this stupid. It can only be attributed to malice and dishonesty. In response to Bricksuit, who brought this video to the attention of Ann Coulter has the following to say. You can say whatever you want the day before a riot, not be charged with instigating a riot that, again, happened the next day. Genius legal theory, Ann Coulter. Now you've pivoted from he wasn't caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol to, okay, he was caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol, but that was the day before, therefore no legal liability, no legal responsibility, no criminal responsibility. Interesting legal theory. I think it's wrong, but let's just go one step further. You're still a liar because he said the same thing the day of, on January 6th.
The president is done speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction. Please spread the word.
And being the ever-forgiving, ever-giving of the benefit of the doubt to people who might just not know, I bring this to Ann Coulter's attention with the following tweet. This is what Epps said the day of, Ann Coulter. Are you done being a goddamn liar yet? I just want to highlight, I didn't say a goddamned liar, I said a goddamn liar, so I'm not using the Lord's name in vain. But Ann, are you done being a goddamn liar yet? The answer to that question, unfortunately, seems to be no. On January 8, 2024, Ann Coulter, tripling down on her lies, says, what's, quote, on video, end quote. It's not even a misdemeanor to say, quote, and then we'll go into the Capitol, end quote, hours before people stormed the Capitol. Otherwise, Trump's speech to thousands right before they stormed the Capitol would be criminal instigation, which it was not. All right, Ann Coulter is broken, compromised. They have blackmail material on her. There is no other way to explain this level of cognitive dissonance, this level of dishonesty. It's the ever-moving goalpost, and I put it in a tweet which I think Ann Coulter might get around to reading one of these days. January 8, 2024, Viva Frei at the Viva Frei. Ann Coulter's X timeline over the last 24 hours. Quote, Ray Epps was never caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol. Okay, he was caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol, but that was on January 5th, not January 6th. Okay, he was caught on camera telling people to go into the Capitol on January 6th, but he never entered a restricted area. Okay, he entered a restricted area, but he only did it to keep the peace. Okay, he admitted in a text to his nephew that he orchestrated the events, but Trump bad. Does that about summarize it, Ann Coulter? Ann Coulter is broken, and I think I might have missed one element to this. This is not only about a hatred for Trump. I know that Ann Coulter has her grievances with Trump and what she perceives to be his weaknesses from his first presidency. I know that. I also should have added that this has to do with a hatred for Vivek Ramaswamy, because Vivek Ramaswamy is the only Trump-esque candidate in that GOP field. I think it's quite clear that Ann Coulter has something for DeSantis, and she wants DeSantis to be the nominee. That's all fine and well. Everybody who supports DeSantis, go ahead and do it. He's been a great governor. But if you support Governor DeSantis in a way that legitimizes the persecution of Donald Trump and the January 6ers, if you support DeSantis in a way that lends any credence to the absolute bullshit narrative that January 6th was an insurrection, you are no better than a Democrat pushing that big, godforsaken lie. Support DeSantis all you want, rag on Vivek Ramaswamy all you want, rag on Donald Trump for substantive reasons all you want. But if you do it in a way that legitimizes the lie that January 6th was an insurrection, if you do it in a way that legitimizes the absolute outrageous, egregious persecution of Donald Trump and all the January 6ers, my goodness, you're part of the problem and not the solution.
You're goddamn right.
And Ann Coulter, if you're watching this by whatever the fluke and you want to come on my channel to discuss, you are more than welcome anytime. I assure you I'm a lot more polite in person than I seem to be on Twitter. I do not have patience for lies and disinformation on Twitter, and Ann, you are guilty of pushing the most egregious of them over the last 24 hours. The ever-moving goalposts of having gotten caught in a lie, doubling down, tripling down, moving the goalposts instead of just admitting you were wrong or you lied in the first place and you can't admit that, which I might understand even more. It doesn't matter. You were wrong or you lied and you should apologize and retract. And or come on my channel to explain why I've got it wrong, but spoiler alert,
I haven't gotten it wrong.
We need to go in
Shut the fuck up, Boomer.
to the Capitol. Fed! 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 Fed!
Now, with that said, if you like what I do, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below. I've got to take the kids down to Deerfield Beach now to do some fishing and hopefully catch something good. But more important than anything, get out there, sunlight, exercise, eat healthy, talk to friends and neighbors and people in real life. It's actually quite fun, quite pleasant. And now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah!
Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent efforts. John Ruskin.